Today, I would like to talk to you about your vantage points and how you can completely change your circumstances if you would simply adjust your view. On Sunday, October 22nd, 2023, exactly 11 years from when my dad passed away, his energy had guided me to pay attention to the Sunday night NFL football game, which normally I would not watch because I do not care. My perception of the Bears was that they were locked into a contract to run across a bunch of fields and that this was not something they wanted. This game was not their why. In fact, they did not have a why bigger than them. That was my perception. My father's presence in my spirit was the only reason that made me pay attention to this game, as he was telling me that there was a teachable moment at hand. Some of the unwavering fans of the Bears would say, I always knew the Bears would come back to the game once they changed their vantage points. They would tell you that fate stepped in and reminded them to play. I think I know what happened Sunday night. They had a quarterback step in who reminded them of what happens when you come to play the game. The quarterback, Tyson Bagent, wanted the win. He wanted something bigger. He wanted something better. He wanted the world to hear him, and the world heard him. This game brought about new perspective. Fate created an adjustment when their starting quarterback, Justin Fields, was unable to play due to a dislocated thumb. Tyson Bagent stepped in and allowed the rest of the team to see a change in the vantage point, see themselves as winners, play the game in order to secure the win. Fate created an adjustment when their starting quarterback, Justin Fields, was unable to play due to a dislocated thumb, leaving rookie quarterback Tyson Bagent to step in and allow the rest of the team to see a change in the vantage point. See themselves as winners, play the game in order to secure the win, regardless of the score. But for the most part, people lost faith in the Chicago Bears. More and more people were able to predict their losses. It's almost as if their sole purpose was to physically be there in order for the other team to play the game. When you play the game, the purpose is to win, and you win by applying your best effort. You win by having the mentality that you are going to win the game, no matter what, by any means necessary. In your brain, your mentality is that you are a winner. You do the work, you take action, you come to play, you show up and you show out. The Bears came to play Sunday. And at some point, they decided to change their vantage point. They decided to elevate their mindset, adjust their perspective, replace the lens, and show up to play the game. They left that defeated mindset behind. The morale was up. The rest of their team started to change their vantage point. They believed they were winners and they played like winners. It was in their faces. They played the game. They showed up and won against the Raiders 30-12. And that's exactly what I need you to do right now. I need you to show up for yourself. I need you to change your vantage point. You are so close to your breakthrough. It is walking up to your door. It is literally walking up to your door. And all you have to do is open that door. And guess what? Nobody believes you can do it. People have lost interest in you and what you've got going on because you have lost interest in you and what you've got going on. You're searching for ways on how other people are doing things and have forgotten that you are the only person who can do things the way you do things. You are the only person who talks like you, writes like you, works like you, strives like you, understands who you are, what you want, and why you want it. They don't hear what you have to say because you're not loud enough. You're not in enough places. You're not relevant in today's news. You're not going to be able to open that door until you see yourself beyond what people see in you. You must see yourself beyond the vision of those who are blind to what you can do, and believe me, they are blind to your greatness. You are a winner. And it doesn't matter if the other team has a score that's higher than yours. You have to play with the mentality of being better. You have to give your very best. You have to pull greatness out of yourself every single time. You have to show up to play the game. Playing the game is what makes you a winner. You only lose if you quit. Well, I want to remind you, that initially I had no desire to watch the Bears run across the field. I mean, that had already happened 5 out of 6 times, right? And it is possible that the Raiders thought the same thing. They probably were like, guys, we've got this in the bag. We're playing against the Bears today. We don't have to show up to play. We don't have to try our hardest. We can be complacent. We can just run back and forth. We got this. Guess what? They did not. They did not have it. They didn't realize that the rookie quarterback, Tyson Bagent, had a different vantage point. He allowed the team to see through that lens, to gain that perspective. They could see the win. They were there to play. When you show up, you win, regardless of who's keeping score. You have to show up to play the game every single time. You have to show up to win. You have to show up to write that paper. You have to show up to work, whether it's a job, whether you have a business, whether you have a dream that seems so far away from you right now. It seems so unreachable because you are deep in debt. You are barely hanging on to a shred of a thread, and you feel like you can't take one more disappointment. You can't make it through one more heartbreak. And you feel like if that other shoe drops, if that storm comes, it's going to knock you far into the ground and you won't be able to recover. You think if one more thing happens, you will not make it. You don't have to wonder if the storm is coming. It's already here. If you are listening to this, you are in the storm now. Life is the storm. The shoe will drop. The challenges will come, but you will make it. There may have been a point in time where you saw yourself as a winner and you did not get that job. You did not get that deal. Things did not go your way. And I get that. I truly, truly get that because that sucks. However, if you give your all to something, regardless of what the outcomes look like, you are a winner. If you live your life in gratitude, being thankful for everything you have now, you are a winner. I know about loss. I know about losing friends. I know about losing your home. I know about losing your car, losing your money, losing your will to keep pushing and pushing through the fog, through the rain, through that storm to a destination that is so hard to see, but I need you to see it. I need you to know that it's there. You just have to show up. You just have to show up to that job you don't like because that's where you are now. And you do your best because you want the best outcomes. You have to show up for your business, even if you have to work for free, because your business will thrive later from that effort. When you start acting on your creative impulses, finishing projects, and constantly operating within a space of gratitude, you are doing your very best work. You are making the best choices for the game of life. It doesn't matter whether it's football, basketball, writing, singing, the server, the housekeeper, the dishwasher, or the janitor. When you play to win, you do your very best to change the vantage point. You have to see something beyond where you are now in order to have a great impact. The Bears changed their vantage point, and now they have given people a reason to talk. Otherwise, you wouldn't hear me talking about this, especially when it comes to the Bears. I was able to see them from a different perspective. I recognized how they showed up to play the game. They came to win. The Raiders had a defeated mindset, and so they lost. They did not come to play. They were running back and forth on the field, and so they lost. Now there's going to be a change in the topic when it comes to the Bears. There's going to be more talk about Tyson Bagent. There's going to be some curiosity regarding the next game. The media will be interested. When you change your vantage point, you change your outcome. If you don't believe me, check out the replays from Sunday night's game. When you change your vantage point, you can see further. You can reach your goals faster. Just do your very best, and the very best will happen for you, regardless of how it looks right now. Do not ever become complacent, and always, always, always show up and play the game. That is all. On that note, I'm out.